defensive back Charles Davis.
Spread right, 72. Lucy. So right.
Again, it's Bortles. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Austin Safarian-Jenkins. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Extra point tacked on by Leemo. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Leemo out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On play action, Wentz. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Dante Fowler in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 21. So after the INT, it's Bortles. Shark's got it left side. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
11. Move. Here we go. 372. Move. Be ready. Move.
Bortles now on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gehring. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Ram. 46 down, man. 5-4.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, the only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wentz. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Dante Fowler getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Ram. There we go. Lady.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Jaguars getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Mike 39, Lucy. Move. 39, Lucy.
Bortles will try again on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Green 80.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. To throw is Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Malik Jackson. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Wentz now to throw. Aguilar has it. And some room to work. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. On first and 10, here's Wentz. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Dante Fowler. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This one from 46 yards out. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Lucy. Spread right, spread right, spread right, spread right, smack.
A final shot before half for Bortles. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. To return it is Corey Grant. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, CD taking a peek at some of the injuries from around the league in Week 7. We did have a few. Quan Alexander on that Bucs defense went down with an injury. They'll be monitoring Sony Michel in New England. Now remember, they already lost Jeremy Hill, Rex Burkhead out of that backfield, so a couple injuries to note.
Certainly, and Quan Alexander in the middle of the Tampa Bay defense, which was already struggling. They may not get him back the rest of the season. Sony Michel, they're hoping to get him back after a few weeks. Albert Wilson in Miami has made big plays all season long, has a hip injury. That could cost him some serious time, if not the season. LaShawn McCoy, Melvin Gordon, they're hoping to get them back in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, interesting that they won without Melvin Gordon last week. That was a big win. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Punch right, punch right, punch right. Lucy, Lucy. 372. Spread right, 72. Spread right.
Now Bortles again. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Lucy, Lucy. 11.
Bortles now on first down. Incomplete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
He'll get it up the middle. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Lambo to add on the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, Charles, pretty big piece of news around the NFL on Monday the 22nd. Dallas Cowboys all to talk about them needing a big-time target out wide. They went and got Amari Cooper.
The speculation was there. The discussion was there. But then late Monday, as you noted, it became real. The Cowboys decided they needed...
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Dante Fowler in there yet again. My goodness, make it 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing now is Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Wentz. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Hank. Lucy.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, we got a second here. Let's take a peek around the league. What's coming up week 8? A couple big games as we near the halfway point of the season, Charles. I'm mainly looking at Philly and Jacksonville and London, and then New Orleans and Minnesota. That should be interesting.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Philly and Jacksonville, both teams struggling right now. The Eagles have already lost 4 games. They lost 3 all of last season. Both of those teams need to win in a big way. New Orleans at Minnesota, the Saints are on a heck of a roll right now. They've won 5 in a row, but the Vikings quietly have won 3 straight and seem to be getting their footing on defense again. And how about Green Bay? They had the week off this past week. Big win over San Francisco at home on a Monday night. They now head out to face the 7-0 Rams in Los Angeles. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that one. That is a big one indeed.
Aaron Rodgers, Todd Gurley, let's do this.
They go play action here on first down. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ram. Get over there. Go. Hey, Ram. Let's go.
They fake the give. Now Wentz eluding the pressure right. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. The 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Wentz escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line. And they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. Throwing is Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
20. 46 down, man. 5-4.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Bunch right.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Back now in Jacksonville.
Let's go. Lucy. Hey. 372.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Bortles to the former Jet, Safarian Jenkins for the Jags first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Bortles now to throw. Safarian Jenkins has it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the feet, and that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. And
they will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Corey Grant from 17 yards out. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Leemo. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Leemo out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
We'll see if they can recoup and recover. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Play action. Now Wentz. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Bouye with a pick. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. And they set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Throwing now is Bortles. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Mike Bennett in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be third and forever.
Move. Lucy.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And that is incomplete. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Let's go. Great. Hey, ram.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Wentz. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup there, a 22. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Ertz over the middle. 30, 20, and he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 56 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Into the red zone. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Dante Fowler in there to get him again, and that's his 6th sack of the ball game, one off the NFL record of 7. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Wentz to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Wentz now to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on first and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started. And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Now Wentz gotta have this one. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Hey.
Bortles going to look to throw. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Green 80. Let's go, let's go. Green attention.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to about that victory.